and it's usually just the focus. It's the means of how we are raised, what our values are when we get home. And education, I mean, it's an open field where you are supposed to actually bring your values to school, as long as they don't disrespect anybody or cause any kind of conflict. So I think what Obama is basically planning to do and has been doing is basically still doing kind of the grassroots community organization, but he's looking at it from a national community and also an international community. So it's not so much of I mean, honestly, if you want to look at a totalitarian type organization or any kind of appeal like that, then you need to look at some of these countries where you have say a Kim Jong Il or just a number of different people who have power. I mean, look at the power source in Tehran. I mean, it may appear in there that it's democratic, but I mean, people do protest. But I mean, honestly, Obama, we may not know exactly what goes through his mind, but you do have to respect that if he feels the need to reach out to students and ask them what they feel, it's not that he's sitting there waiting for them to call. It's actually more of a means of rhetoric where you get the juices flowing, where they'll respond in their own fashion and they'll take it home. And I know this from personal experience, because when I was a teacher, I was in a predominantly black school, African American school in Cincinnati, Ohio, and that school, they wanted students to be dumbed down for a specific reason, and I'm not going to say because the administration was mostly white or Caucasian, but there was still certain kinds of old ways that in Cincinnati, Ohio, that you would see in classrooms as far as trying to dumb down a certain group of people. And now I came to Georgia. I was in Noonan, Georgia for a while. Students, no problem. Parents loved it. But administration, a particular school in Noonan, Georgia, same thing. As soon as I walked through the door, oh, he's black, and so it wasn't so much I was a northerner, it was I was black. So they already thought most of the things I had to say were radical, and all I was doing was taking the actual curriculum standards as they're written and adding a little bit of life to them. We didn't just read, we acted out what we read. We used visual, audio, and spatial cues to kind of remember, to kind of learn what was going on in books such as, I mean, come on, Shakespeare. If you're dealing with Romeo and Juliet or Caesar, I mean, we're looking at Elizabethan. It's a little bit beyond the language. You got to know what's going on and kind of placement, so people can actually, I think what Obama's trying to do is get kids to visualize and make education personal again, because that's the same attitude they're going to take when they go to a job, when jobs are available again. You want to go from education to economy. You want to be able to take a personal, I guess, ownership of education, make it part of you so that you can give back something, and that's how you build community. Everybody gets a piece of the pie, but at the same time, everybody's ready to put something into that pie. So even if you don't agree, it's so easy. It takes more energy to hate, and it doesn't take much thought in it. So the same people that are attacking him for even taking the time to address this to the students, they're showing their ignorance, because they're not at least allowing him to give kids an opportunity to make their own choice. It's all about choice. So
yeah, I hear you. I think it's it is important to make learning a participatory experience, and to to encourage critical thinking, because in my opinion, sometimes more than the thought process that leads up to someone wanting to ask a question might be more valuable than the answer itself, because once you engage somebody in thinking about something, and engage their enthusiasm to the point where they become curious about it, or want to ask questions or find out more, then I think that's an important thing. That is an important thing for making an experience participatory, and see more than just direct lecture. Trying to make some eliciting questions, or trying to get some sort of back and forth response coming. So yeah, I think that is important. And also in terms of the administration of the country. I mean, I guess it is a good thing to try to get the youth, to give them a sense of the power that they have over how the country is run, and in casting their votes and various other means to try to influence the way that the country is run. I think that's an important thing, to give them a sense of their ability to to influence that, at least, because a lot of people I know don't vote because they feel that it's not really it doesn't really make a difference. And I think maybe maybe it's just they're not able to see the effect, or maybe they don't understand the way the system really works. So I don't know. I think but in any effort, generally I think it would be a good idea to get everyone involved to realize how if it's something that's participatory, that their effort is going to make it better. Their effort to improve it, or to drive innovations, or their effort to care about their community or the way it's being run. I think generally in any situation that's going to improve it.
Well, once again, too, and we'll move on to one other subject. But it is a thing where I've noticed in any kind of group, whether it's a church group, whether, hate to say it, inmates, not that I've been there or anything like that, hospitals, football teams, when you make people feel that they have somewhat a part of the administration, the guidance, or the power structure that they live within versus under. Not talking about socialism or communism, but what happens is you tend to have a little bit more peace. And what I mean is, okay, when you look at inmates, if you continually beat on them and do a lot of things that are just maybe unnecessary. Now, we have certain elements in this world. I'm not, I am for the death penalty. Let's put it that way. You got certain people that are just hollow vessels, bringing evil to the world. They need to be taken out. And they keep those people alive, yeah. But the people that say, okay, more privileges if I don't do this, if I don't do that, I kind of back off my gang affiliation. I kind of back off of some of the illicit businesses that take place in certain institutions. Institution is institution. If I'm a patient and I, act accordingly, but I still have a little more choice in what kind of therapy I want, or medication, well, then that's going to allow me and my doctor to have a better relationship, and therefore the entire staff may have a better relationship, and people actually feel a lot better, live longer, just because they feel that they're more of a part of their own destiny. And to tie that into Obama, it's almost like when you have a football team, you have a coach, but the coach is not the team. The coach can dictate what to do because he is or she is the coach. But if the players really feel that, hey, this play's not working, or it's not going to work out, I mean, it undermines the whole purpose of them playing the game. And honestly, politics is a game. It's a game, and it is a life or death situation to a lot of people. And I feel like what Obama's doing is, it's almost the same example would be, another analogy is, if I give my 3-year-old son a checkbook, I don't expect him to start paying bills. What it is it's an introduction to what you will expect in years to come, when you need to balance a checkbook, when you need it. And right now he knows the word money, I want money. He doesn't know what money's for. He just knows that it's important. So not saying that students are at that age or that level, but it's like, okay, education / economy. It's not so much that just because you're college educated, you're going to have a job. That's we've all learned that. I have a college degree. Dana has a college degree. And job-wise, it's kind of an uphill battle. It's touch and go, especially here in the good city of Atlanta, Georgia. But the fact is that education gives you tools in order to kind of get around things, or look at things from a multiple number of perspectives,